Hi class and happy weekend. I just finished grading the assignment 6 that everyone turned in, and so I wanted to go over some of the details of what I saw on that because assignment 6 you'll use again for assignment 7, and so I'll talk about that in a minute. I want to talk about all the different parts of assignment 6 and how you all did on those parts. So in general, the citations look good. For the article, I had given you all the citation at the end of the article, either on the Google Doc or on the Word doc that I provided. So you could just cut and paste that for the citation. Some of you did get that incorrect. If you did, look for the citation at the end of the article and just cut and paste it. To learn more about how to do citations in MLA style, though, I recommend using these two sites, particularly the Purdue OWL. OWL stands for Online Writing Lab. And that is a good source for any kind of questions you have about any writing topics or citation topics. So that is the citation. The second part you had to do for the article was write a summary. Most of you did a good job on the summary. I just want you to remember that a summary should be all your own words. A couple of you used a lot of quotes from the article. I want to see that you're understanding the article, so I want to see the summary all in your own words. And it should encompass all the main ideas of the article. The next part is the evaluation. What I'm looking for most in the evaluation is for you to talk about how you know that this source is reliable and credible, and how you know that it would be a good source of information to help answer the kind of the research question about this, about diversity in campus, in knowing whether groups of students can be successful. So again, to do this evaluation, you might have to look up NPR, National Public Radio, which is where this article came from, to determine if that's a good and reliable source. So if you didn't talk about the source and how reliable or credible the source was, then you might have lost some points on your evaluation. The last part was the explanation of role. Again, for some of you, it seemed more like a continuation of the summary. For the explanation of role, I want you to think about how you would use this article if you were presenting this information in any kind of way. Like, would you use the data from this information to help prove some kind of a point? Would you use this as just background information to get a general overview of an issue? Is it one-sided? Those kind of things. Look at all these bullet points about different roles an article can have, and I want you to talk specifically about one of those in the explanation of the role. Of course, a lot of you who did it wrong, I pointed you in the direction of this example annotation. This is what I made for you. I also want to talk a little bit, I know a lot of you were confused about the use of the word annotation. Okay, the word annotation basically means to make further notes. And so that's why you can annotate an article, right? You can write your notes in the margins, and that's annotation, as well as, all of this that we're doing is an annotation on a bibliography, right? That's why it's called an annotated bibliography, because we're making additional notes on a bibliography. Instead of just having the list of sources, we're also having the additional notes, which would be the summary, the evaluation, and the explanation of role. So I think some of you were confused on that use of annotation. So I just wanted to make sure that was also clear for you. So for assignment 6 and assignment 7, when I talk about doing an annotation, I'm not talking about writing on the margins of the article. I'm talking about doing your bibliographic entry, which would be this first part, and then doing the annotation part, the additional notes, which would be the summary, the evaluation, and the explanation of the role. Okay, so that's assignment 6. So I wanted you to turn in assignment 6 now, and I wanted to make sure I gave you feedback on that, because of course assignment 6 is actually going to become part of assignment 7. Actually, I can just click next down here and we'll get to assignment 7. So for assignment 7, you're going to do the annotations of 2 articles, right? So one of the articles is the college completion rates are up, but the numbers will still surprise you. Now, if you lost points on assignment 6, if I made comments and said this is something that you should fix, you can't go back and get the points for assignment 6, but you want to make sure that you're fixing whatever I suggested so that when you turn it in as part of assignment 7, then that is a perfect annotation and you get all the points for it on assignment 7, because assignment 7 is the one that's concluding this unit. It's worth 10% of your course grade. So you want to make sure that you're really doing a good job on assignment 7. All right, so again, you're going to have the annotation of the college completion rates are up, but the numbers will still surprise you. And because you've turned this in and gotten some feedback on it, I hope that that's a 100% perfect annotation and you get all the points for that one. And then this other part of this is you find your own, a second article that you'll find using the library databases, right? There's videos on how to get into the library database and how to find information on library databases up here. So you'll find an article, and again, you'll do the same thing that you did for the article that I gave you, except now you found the article on your own. You'll do the citation. Remember, I showed you how to use the citation tools in the databases, so that should give you your citation. You'll do the summary. You'll do an evaluation. Again, you might need to Google the source if you're not familiar with it to determine whether that source is a good, reliable source. Often just because you're getting it from a library database, that also tells you that a source is good and reliable. And then the explanation of role. So I hope that explains what you're doing for assignment 7. Even if you turned in assignment 6, the article, and got it perfect, I still want you to turn it in again for assignment 7. So assignment 7 will have the annotations of 2 articles on there. If you have any questions, send me an email. Otherwise, good luck with assignment 7. I'll be back on Monday with more videos to talk about what we're going to be doing next week. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.